Now to the Pinetown Magistrates Court. Our Dyson Thathier is standing outside that court. We did tell you earlier about what happened inside the court. The case will actually be heard on the 15th of May. Dyson Thathier is there for us, and hopefully you'll be able to catch Mampintsha coming out of that court. Dyson?
Tony, indeed. In fact, right now, Mampintsha is going to be paying his bail. As you know, he has been granted bail of 2,000 rand in what was a very, very short court appearance. I don't think it lasted more than 10 minutes, really. The state did not oppose bail in this matter, and in fact, his lawyer had offered or volunteered to pay up to 5,000. That was the figure that they had said that he could afford. The state decided that he wasn't a flight risk, and 2,000 rand was a more appropriate amount, seeing how he hadn't had any previous convictions and no pending cases, in fact. So as it stands, after he does pay this bail, he will be a free man, so to speak, until his next court appearance in May, and that's on May 15th.
Okay, and we did speak a bit earlier on about what sort of support that he may have when he walked into that courtroom. First, tell us about his demeanor and who was with him.
Tony, very calm, very relaxed. What we did notice was that he was wearing some kind of boot on his leg, which may indicate an injury. One would presume. We haven't had the opportunity to talk to him to find out exactly what that indicates, but he did seem very relaxed, dressed very casually in the dock, spoke very softly when addressed by the magistrate in this matter. He did have his lawyer here, Mr. Pat Magwaza. That's the gentleman that we spoke to earlier, but really not a large contingent of people waiting to support him outside the court. There was meant to be a press briefing later on this afternoon, and that was initially arranged before this court appearance, and now we're just waiting to hear from his lawyer if in fact that will still continue. There were some indications that it may be cancelled just because of the late hour.
Now, he is claiming that he was basically acting in self-defense. Any further details come out when he was on the dock?
No, that's an unrelated matter, so to speak, in this case, because that was now a separate charge that he had laid. And just to recap that, he does claim that he was also a victim of abuse. He says this through his lawyer, Mr. Pat Magwaza, who says that what people have been seeing in that video clip that has gone viral was not really the full story and does not really show the full extent of what their relationship was about. And that is why he's since opened this case. He claims that he's been assaulted. In fact, the case that he's opened is one of assault GBH, which by the standards of the law is actually a more serious case than one of common assault, which is the one that he's facing at the moment.
Now, a little bit earlier on, while we recap, the Semelane family, the family of Babes Wodumo, they held a press conference a bit earlier on, a few hours ago. Can you take us to that press conference?
Tony, they did, in fact, what was a very brief press conference. We thought that we would have the opportunity to speak to Babes Wodumo during that conference, but unfortunately she wasn't present. We were told that she was receiving medical attention during that time. The family didn't want to elaborate on exactly what that medical attention entailed and whether it was relating to that video that we saw. Instead, her father, Mongeni Semelane, read a 2-page statement. In it, really, he thanked her supporters. He said that the case is now being investigated, and that's why he doesn't want to comment much further. Also said that the family had received quite a bit of support, but he also touched on something that was very important. It was reaching out to other parents who may have children who are victims of abuse. He said that they have the family's support as well, and he called on other South Africans to lend a hand and to offer assistance and basically clear the path for victims of abuse to come forward.